What is going on YouTube? I am Endless Win. Welcome back to Season 1, Episode number 34 of the Minecraft Feed the Bee single player series starring Endless Win, featuring Endless Win, talking really fast. Woo! I got a few things working. I'm going to throw this stuff in here. And it should separate itself out slowly but surely. Making steel plates. Really cool stuff. I'll show y'all what that's for here in a minute. But I need to ran some stuff up here. I need to not fall in this hole. Somebody's got to fix that. I need to make an induction smelter. INDU, don't know how to spell. There we go. Induction smelter. Not too hard, easy stuff. Need one of those. Glass? We need glass. There we go. Need one of those. And let's see. That should... well, we might have M-bar in there. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, so induction smelter is going to go up here. I'm not going to put these in the ground because it's only one thick. So I can't put them in the ground, otherwise you'd see them from the bottom. But whatever. You know, it'll all change. We'll switch it up. We keep changing things. Just like I said in this last episode, I was going to do something, and now this episode I'm doing something else. Deal with it. It's just the way we do things. I wanted to check on this. Got some gold going, and then I got some silver in here. Got to make some electrum. Gonna do our good conduits, so I'll bring those up. We're going to start working on these conduits right here. So we're going to need electrum ingots, which... to get the electrum blend and you smelt that up, you need gold dust and silver dust. So we're doing that. And then to do the hardened metal, this is why we need the induction smelter, we need obsidian and lead. Put those together in the induction smelter and you get hardened glass. And on top of these conduits that we're going to do, we are going to do a hardened energy cell, which these are its own little thing. M-bar surrounded by a leadstone energy cell to make that, or you can do that one as well. I don't see the difference. This is just more stuff. So this is a leadstone energy cell surrounded by copper. This is a empty cell frame, I believe, and that is just the regular cell frame. To make that, glass, redstone, lead, block of redstone we don't have, so we'll get to that. Let me come over here because I know I needed to do that, and then we'll click to craft that as well. Get these done, and the reason we're doing this is we are going to go ahead and start working on a high pressure boiler tank. Oops. Need those. Hopefully that's the right amount of blocks. Is it? I don't know. I can tell you now that I don't have everything. But it's going to be something like this. It's supposed to be 3. So we'll do that first. And then there's different sizes you can do these as. But we're going to do it as this size for now. Yeah, we made the right amount of stuff. We can do basic math. And that doesn't form in anything. There's something we need here on the bottom. I don't remember what it's called. Do y'all remember? Tell me. Bummer, because I can't hear you. I know it's from Railcraft. So I got a lot of things to go through here. It's none of those. Oh, that messed everything up, didn't it? Stupid computer settings. Is it that? No. No. It looks similar. Let me see here. Can't find it. We're screwed. The world is going to end. Alright, let me pause the recording, look it up, or find it, and I'll be right back. Haha, that didn't take long. Okay. So solid fuel boiler firebox. We're doing solid because solid is coal, and coal is good. So we just need a fire charge. That's pretty easy. Sweet. So we're going to need 9 of these. So I need to make some more fire charges, don't I? There we go. Okay. So hopefully, I know we got a lot of bricks in there. Hopefully we have enough bricks in there. Oh, ran out of stoves. Ain't that that's about the way things work. Alright. So we're going to take this downstairs. Don't look at that. Just don't look at it, okay? Pretend you don't see it. Hey, we have a multi-block, a high-pressure boiler tank. And so the fuel's going to go in there, and pressure will be made in here. Yay! There's still some stuff we got to do before we can really mess with this, but we're going somewhere. Okay, so what's this? The thing I told you not to look at. Well, that's another thing we're working on. Basically, the next couple episodes, I've got ADD, and that's all I'm worried about. This is an energy suck and a resource suck. I can tell you that anybody who knows what this is wondering why I built it so big, because I can. That's why I did it. But this is what will automatically craft a lot of the, basically whatever we tell it to automatically craft. So the way it works here, I've got some more of these ME assemblers, assembler containment walls. These go around the edges, even in the corners that you can't see. So we'll put one there, and there's one there, or whatever. So that goes the walls, or the sides of the walls, the side walls. Yeah, that's the word, side walls that we're gonna use. These vents go on the bottom, on the top, and on the sides. And inside this area that I'm walking right now, up here, these it'll be 5 by 5 by 5. So in that whole area, we're gonna have basically the brains, and we're gonna have 2 different blocks and any number of different kind of blocks that we want. And basically, one of those blocks will hold patterns, so it knows the pattern to make. The other one will be what actually the materials go into and craft it. So the patterns, there's a lot that you can store in one of those. So we're not going to need like half and half. The ones that hold the patterns will probably do a third, if even that, maybe a fourth. And then the rest will be things that will be able to craft things. Because if you tell it to craft torches, it'll craft torches. But if you tell it to craft torches and we'll say rails, the regular Minecraft rails, it will have to wait if there's only one of those blocks down there. If it has 2, it can do one in one and one in the other. So we're going to have a lot. So it'll be able to craft torches and blocks and everything. Everything will be automated. We'll just come in here, press a button, and it'll do everything for us. That way we can run back out and kill more stuff. So let me get a few more things set up, and I will be right back. Welcome back, guys. I am running some cable. Just as a bat back here. I want to give y'all a little idea of what's going on. It is coming over here to our furnace, so I'm going to leave it about right there, because this is going to have to stay supplied with water and coal at all times, and then I'll switch it to charcoal. What I really, because we're going to have so much charcoal, we're not going to have to worry about running out. This thing will eat through just about everything. So before I get it going, I got to do this before I can do this, and I got to do this before I can do this. But I want to have some stuff set up. So I'm going to have the Steve's Carts tree farm set up before I can pretty much do anything. But I did want to give you all an idea of what I was doing. Got all this, so that's done. We can throw that in there. No more cables. We don't need cables. What we really need to do is go ahead and start on the Steve's Carts tree farm. I did start. I had a purpose for the coal coke oven because I needed the creosote oil. I've already emptied it at least a time or two, Keep throwing the coal coker in here so we keep getting steel. All that good stuff. So it's about time to start on Steve's carts. So this one, I promise for the rest of the episode, I'm only worried about Steve's carts. I'm not going to have any more ADD. It's going to be Steve's carts from here on out. Oh, I need to set up... Okay, I promised I'm not going to set up the aqueous accumulator just right now. But that's going to go over there to our steam casing, the boiler, that thing that I'm thinking about. So I promise I'm not going to do it right now because I promised no more anything but Steve's carts. So we need to start with the reinforced hull. You can see here you have a modular capacity on that of 500, the complexity cap of 150, and max engines 5, add-on 12. So you start here with a wooden. It's the most basic. There's a total of 4 wooden. I should rephrase that. There's a total of 4 and kind of an Easter egg. The 5th one. Well, and then there's a creative. So we'll say 6. Creative is for creative mode. You can do whatever in it. The highest is the Galgadorian. That's the highest tier. There is a mechanical pig, which is kind of like a Easter egg kind of thing. The wooden is the lowest, and then standard, which just uses iron, and then the reinforced hull, which uses reinforced metal. We went into it a little bit last time of what it involves, and it involves some crazy stuff. So I'm going to have to make a lot of this raw hardener. Ideally, I would like to have everything set up by now, but I can't run the automatic ME system because it's just going to suck too much power from what we have over here. And I could upgrade the conduits and make more of these, but there's no point in making more of these. I'll have steam over here, I'll have magma running a little bit further down, and I'll have another area of the complex running off of like ethanol or something like that, just to cover different bases and things like that. It'll be a real cool energy system when it's all said and done. So we got to throw these in the furnace like that, and they'll come out into the chest, and we will have our refined hardeners. So we need a lot of this reinforced metal from Steve's carts because we are going to make our own cart. It will have its own things and all this stuff. We're going to need a solar engine. We're going to need a coal engine. We are going to need side chest. I'm not sure which chests we're going to go. I'm going to have to make this thing in my head as we go through. We are going to not do a thermal engine. That runs off of lava. But we're not going to do that. There's tiny engines, and go through some of these other things here. We don't need a track remover or a track layer. That's for mining. The wheels we are working on cooking up here. You can even put fireworks on these things. They're pretty cool. Shooters to shoot mobs. Let's see if what I'm thinking of is in the next one. No torch placer. Those places torches on the caves that you dig out. What I'm looking for, I think it's called a smelter, and you can have it smelt. You teach it a recipe and it will smelt things. So if you wanted it to turn your cobblestone that you dig out into regular stone, you can have it smelt that. What I'm going to do is use it as a tree farm, so half the wood that goes in there, it's going to turn into charcoal, and that's how we're going to keep it running the whole time. It'll basically make charcoal for itself as it goes. And I don't remember what it looks like, and I might have to look it up like this. Okay, it's not called a smelter then. Let's work on some of these other things. I'll stumble across it. So we are going to need a coal engine. I'm going to need pistons and a furnace. 1, 2. So it will have 1 coal engine. You see here modular cost of 15. So with our reinforced hull, we won't have a problem. With the standard hull, we wouldn't have a problem either. But there are some of the things on here that we would run into a problem with the total capacity and the complexity of some of the things that we're going to do. Incinerator is not what I'm looking for. I don't remember what the stupid thing's called. Smelter. That's what I'm looking for. And that will smelt the things. So that's a simple PCB, which is real easy to make, and a furnace. Advanced smelter. Duplicates are allowed. Duplicates are allowed. Which one to do? We'll probably just use the regular smelter. I don't think we're going to need the advanced smelter because that would just do multiple smeltings. So actually I am going to need another one of those. And then 2 furnaces. Shift click. Need another furnace. Like this. Alright, so 2 smelters, and they'll be in our AE system. We are going to need, we did the coal engine, we're going to need to make the solar engine, which is a little bit crazier because we need 2 simple PCBs, iron and redstone. Still not too bad. Most of the stuff comes with the reinforced metal. Alright, advanced PCB. Solar panels, that's not too bad, 4 of them. Up here, and 2 more pistons. So the solar engine will just help this run and not use up coal the entire time. It's real cool. You'll see the way it works here, but it'll come out when it can use sunlight. It'll go back in when it can't, when it's under the trees or it's nighttime or things like that. And it's kind of useless, to be honest, but it does help use a little bit less coal sometimes. So I think we're going to go with side chest, because I don't think anything here is going to take up. That's internal, but you can put a lot of stuff internal, which isn't an issue. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do side chest. So these things are a little crazy, but fairly simple at the same time. So we'll just probably do 2 stacks of them and go from there. These are used for other things. They're used for all the chests. They're also used for the seat here. Oh, I thought they were used for the seat. I'm a liar. That's cool. They're used for some other stuff. Can't remember what, but I do remember using it for other stuff in the past. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe I'm a liar. That's probably true. So we'll make some 4 huge. They're huge. 2 large. 2. Oops, that's. We already have those. Never mind. And then 1 chest lock, which is just regular stone. They changed that up. They've changed some stuff up. Maybe the seat did used to be made out of it. I think they've changed some stuff up. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Who knows? So all that being said, we should have side chest. Sweet. Alright, side chest. Let's get our engines out. We had a coal engine. Did we make it? I must not have made it. I don't see it. Huh. I never made it. That's why I have extra pistons in there. Okay. Now we have a coal engine. Helmet. Let's see. Let's go over here and get on the pain train. This is where it gets fairly annoying to make the actual hull, because it's made out of reinforced steel, and not only that will be made out of it, but our tree cutter, which isn't a drill, and it's not a farmer either, but that as well will be made out of this raw hardener to refined hardener to reinforced steel. And I'm not seeing it. It's not the blade arm. I'll make that here in a minute. Let's get down to the reinforced hull. We're going to have to make 5 of these and then another 2 here. So our recipe is this. So we're going to need 3 and that, and these use that as well. So you can already see we're going to need more of the hardener quickly. So probably what I'll do is cut the camera, do the math on it, since I decided not to do the math ahead of time. I'll give us 5. I'll go ahead and smelt those up. Those 5 right there would be... Let's make sure. Yeah, those 5 right there would be the whole, and I'm going to need at least 2 more. Plus, I'll find out what I'm looking for to cut down the trees, and we'll go from there. So, guys, I'll be right back. It always takes me a second when I'm talking to y'all. Y'all distract me. But yeah, there it is. The hardened wood cutter. Took me a second to remember it. I'm like, oh, it's called a cutter. So hardened wood cutter, and then there is a Galgadorium, which is even crazier. And we're not going to worry about the wood cutting core, I don't think. So you can see here more of that. The wood cutter, basic wood cutter uses the wood cutter core. But what we're going to do is probably, so we need the woodcutter core regardless. And this is reinforced metal and iron. So the recipes are roughly the same, and since we have plenty of diamonds, I don't think we're going to worry too much about that. It's where can we use the least amount of resources overall, because diamonds isn't the overall issue. And each one of those uses a diamond, so who knows what we'll do. But I just want to show y'all I did remember what it's called. I'll grab these out and go from there. So let's make our wheels, because we are going to need wheels for this thing to go on. Our hole is there, so we have 2 wheels. Basic woodcutter, hardened woodcutter. Alright, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tight. I'm just kidding. We'll just go with this one. 2 of these. This is going to get annoying. We have to remember, we're just going with the top. 1 of those. Ah! Okay. And should just stick random saplings in there. Perfect. Wood cutting core. We got it. Alright. Diamond we have, so we are going to need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, and we're out again. Alright, back to making more of those stupid refined hardeners. So we're going to need to make these, and these. Don't worry about making extra, because you do use them all, trust me. Because whenever our drill runs out, the woodcutter drill that we're going to use, whenever it does run out, stay away, go. Whenever it does run out, you can use the metal you're making to make more. So let's throw these in here for now. Back to our woodcutter, hardened woodcutter, and we're making those. Need more mesh. Hardened. Alright, so we got 5 more of those. We'll cook these up, and hopefully we'll be somewhere where we need to be. We'll throw those in there and clear that out. Now it's time to watch things melt. Slowly. Starting to debate about my IC2 stuff. Overclockers and these things, they could really run. But I can't do that yet because of the power. Everything's based on the power, and the power's based off of Steve's carts. Sorry, it's the way this goes. Everything's based off of something, and right now it's based off of power, which is based off of Steve's carts. Alright, back to our woodcutter. We are doing the hardened woodcutter. We are making Nope, we already have the reinforced metal. What am I even doing? Alright, so I have 2 of those. So are we able to make this? Yeah, we have a hardened wood cutter. Sweet. So I need to still make the cart. Do I have enough of the hardened metal to make the cart? Refined hardeners. I might have enough. Hello, that was loud. It was probably a meteor. Make one of those. Going back to this, that. Yes, we should be able to make the cart now. Yay! So I'll have to run through. I'll probably pause the recording, make sure I didn't forget anything. But if I did, we could always add it later. But this takes time that y'all won't have to wait. I'll have to wait. But what'll happen is here we'll put in a coal, and you'll see where the assembler is currently idle, there'll be a little tick thing. So I like to try and get this done on the first try and make sure that I hadn't forgotten anything. It would be nice. But we've got something here. I can already see I'm missing stuff, but let's go ahead and start it and see where we go from there. First thing you do is put the card in. You can see here, you put a symbol. We're not going to assemble it yet. Engines. They go in their slot. And you can see here, that's what the solar panels will look like when the sun is down or it can't use any solar energy at the time. And as you add things, it goes actually onto the cart. So this will be a real good one. When we put the chest on, there's a little side chest. It's pretty cool. This is a tool type, so it goes right in the tools. I know I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting my... What are they called again? They're not called smelters. Yeah, they are. Okay. So I've got those. That's not the machine. So these are add-ons. And we're going to put 2 of those on there. So as I'll run this through y'all in my head, 52 minutes doesn't seem like that's long enough time. I think it should take longer. I'll have to pause the recording and go through. But as it goes through, it's got the cart, rides on the tracks, right? Comes up to a tree. Planter! That's what we need. We need a planter. It needs to plant the trees. How else would it plant the trees, right? See? I knew I'd get there eventually. That's just how we do it. I don't think it's called a planter. But let's see if it is. Planter. Steve's carts. Steve's carts, where are you? You're not here. Planter range extender. We're kinda there. Alright, let me pause the recording. I'll make sure I have everything that I need, and I'll figure out what the recipe is for the thing that I'm trying to look up. Alright guys, I looked on the wiki because I'm a weakling. I did realize I need advanced smelters, and everything else should be good. The hardened wood cutter should be able to, because of the that one thing we put in it, the core that we put in it, it should know how to plant trees. At least the trees that we're going to do for this. We're just going to do basic oak trees. There is an exotic upgrade if you want to do exotic trees, but we're not. So this should work, and that time looks about more right, 116. Because of the advanced smelters, they take up more complexity and more of the modular cost. So here you see the total whole complexity of 500. The cap is 150. We are using 187, so if you add all this stuff up, you get 187, and it's time to assemble the cart. After we add coal. It needs power, and it's going to suck us dry of coal. Not too bad. But you see there, it's going to take a while, and it is time to assemble. It disappeared. What happened? It is still working. You can see here, progress bar. it's going slowly but surely, and the fuel level will tick down, and it'll use fuel, and it'll tick down, and it'll use full fuel, and we'll just keep adding fuel to it. We won't, I will, because you are not here. You're slacking on your job. That's all I can say. You keep slacking. So I will make sure that this is ready for our next episode, and I'll show you out here. I've already, there we go, started to lay down a track and the design it needs to be in. Real simple design that it's going to be. Basically, it'll plant a tree here and a tree here and a tree here and a tree here. So when it gets here, it'll plant a tree here, but it'll also plant a tree there. And it'll have just enough room. These trees will grow on top of each other. It'll come around, cut them all down, grow more. So I'll continue the track here once I get more. Well, basically once I get around to it, and it'll come down here and back around here, and it'll end up here, and it'll dump its cargo load. And then it'll fill up with anything that it needs, but being that this is self-sufficient, it won't need to fill up with anything. Once we do get into the mining one, it will need to fill up on something, and if we do actually get around to making the defense, it will need to fill up on arrows, because it will shoot arrows at mobs. So that's where all these wonderful chickens are coming from. This farm is doing amazing. Just to let y'all know, it is got plenty of XP. This is probably completely full on mob essence. Not quite, but this is full of mob essence. This little fluid duct is full, and it's starting to fill up here of mob essence. Just barely down there, you can barely see it. And then this vacuum hopper is also getting me eggs. So I take some and I break them and I put others in the A system. So, and then I've got ender pearls. Of course, ender pearls. Did plant the slime sapling. See, I can do all this now because I did what I said I was going to do in the episode, and I made the Steve's Cart thing, and I did it. So now I can finish the episode knowing that I did what I promised y'all I would do. So what I'm going to do now is cut the recording, well, actually end the recording, and go back to doing fun stuff where I don't have to talk to y'all and be like, you got to do it this way and you got to do it that way. I'm going to do all the fun stuff now without y'all, because I'm cool like that. Alright guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. If y'all did, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the overworld.